Oh, so do you want to start off with a line of copy? A copy line?
I suppose it was not really exciting.
You don't like copy lines?
I like drinking it. Not much one smoking or not really. I might be allergic to smoking.
The coffee?
Could be. Not saying I am.
Yeah, you drink coffee?
No, not.
Then you
get last hour.
If you drink coffee, that makes you snort. No.
Yeah, I'll probably do.
Does
that to snort wet?
Yeah, that's snort
Yeah,
dry.
that's good. It's better.
You don't snort
I don't
dry.
dry.
You don't snort wet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Depends where it's at. Yeah.
First things first. First thing, item on business here is
Snorting coffee.
she'll get. Do you still have the instant in there? Instant coffee in there?
Where?
In the room?
In there?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't mess with it.
We're doing real quick. Hold on.
Just in drawers.
Yes, it is on the chest of drawers. Yes.
I might be able to find it. I have to take a gander.
All right. So what do they see? My question is, what the hell do they see? If this is the program scene.
Breathing. One breathing. Two breathing. Operator.
You gonna tell a story for us? Whoa! Look at this guy. Look at this over here. It's all fucked. Dude, look at that. Alright, hold on. I'm on it.
Okay, I'll
Hold on. Oh, I just fucked it. I just fucked the pooch. I just fucked the pooch. All the way, sir.
You did?
Yeah, they're both like that now. Oh, that's good. No, good. Oh, what?
Smoke.
Niggerette?
No, niggerette.
Oh. What'd I say?
Cigarette.
Yeah. Something like that.
We just doing good in incognito. If you could, they no.
I put 2 N's in these. Cause I'm fucking a genius. Don't forget that either.
You're fucking a genius and what?
No, not lately. Have you?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Good for you, Bubba.
I would have fun too.
What is it?
Wait, that was me. Oh, she made. I think I was taking a nap. I was dreaming.
Don't do that. Your dreams get a little out there, don't they?
Dreaming babies.
You be dreaming lately?
Dreaming? Oh, they were fun.
What?
All those. All those.
All your dreams?
No. Both of them. Both dreams. You know that matters. They're like a horse.
No. Sounds like
There's his horses like that.
autism. That's what it sounds like.
Autism.
You ain't listening to this. It's too early. You just too soon.
Oh,
That's a shot. Have you been to Las Vegas?
No, I went to Nevada and I went to Elko, Nevada.
Las Vegas because the kids.
If we weren't going there, we just went to a wedding in Alto, where it was. It's very interesting. It's $5.
You had $5 and
And about 2 hours spending that $2 was spending the gambling. So 2 hours period and $2 and didn't know anything.
and Nevada.
That was
Well, they didn't want to spot. It's not Vegas.
That was the cost.
And they gotta make their money too. And yeah, they gotta make their money too.
Yeah, no, it does get you nuts. Oh, we did that. Oh yeah, that's right. They sent us $20. We got there after about 30 hours and home bus. When we were born. On burn.
Yeah, I fucked this up and I don't know how to fix it.
Burn, 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 fire. What is it? Burn, burn, burn. Something hard.
Oh, grease.
Burn, 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 burn. Yeah, boy. Burn the sound. Sound like weird.
Hey man, that's Oklahoma. That's why they can't put a pin on it because they don't want to be honest with themselves. Like, what are we? What's Oklahoma? What's all Oklahoma? Country weirdos. Yeah.
Switch it up.
Well, let me see that guy.
Or,
Give me your. You were just talking about Elon Musk earlier, thinking that Elon Musk is going to be the president.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, expand on that. Why do you think that Elon is going to become president? What's your.
Well, think about it. What was that show that they did when he took over? What was that? Took over all the whole government and his guys went and look at everything. Why would he do that? Why would they allow him to do that? You can't do that. But his little boy was there, was staged with him. Who had the red? Nobody had the red tie. It was a blue tie. You know,
What is the tie? What does the tie have a significance?
it has a big significance. The red tie is the dominant tie. The blue tie is.
You know what? And I heard Hollywood is weird like that. To be honest, like they have their little signs of telling each other things, that telling each other like secrets. You know.
Yeah, and the red tie is if you look.
But where's your source? Who told you that? How do you know that?
But my source was always myself, except it could have been hey, I doing it, but I didn't think it, but it wasn't one form or another. Yes, but back in when that came on, I started watching them, I'm thinking, okay, this is interesting because the little kid is like one of the little 3, I don't know how old the little kid was, but he's on television with the President of the United States in the Oval Office. And the President sitting now, almost cowardly looking, legally cowardly to this person that has just taken over the government with his little boy. And he's running all the place, doing what he does and what he does. They're running the government right there. Elon Musk, he didn't have a suit tie, he had just normal, I guess, yeah. They may have got a few dollars, I don't know. It wasn't a jockey suit, it was just the town's, I don't remember that part either, but it doesn't really matter because it was not dressed for us, have a meeting in the Oval Office with the president on national television, or international television actually, showing who was boss. Elon Musk, he took over all these different agencies and said, this one's got to go, this one goes from this, got to be cut, and slicing off pieces of people before.
Pause. Elon Musk is slicing off pieces of people?
Yeah.
How do you know this?
Well, that's what they said they was going to do. But money for certain things that you don't know what exactly it's for, that slices people in half. Because if say that you were going to eat tomorrow, but yet you can't because you're now on an endangered species list, but not of a good fashion. You're the endangered species is because you're not one of them, so they're gonna cut you off.
So who's the endangered species in this scenario? We are?
Well, yeah, there's a piece.
But there's a lot more of us than them. We are not the minority, I don't think.
Oh, I understand that. That doesn't matter. That's why the Lab 57 was is going to release a new pathogen this year.
What does that mean? What are you talking about, pathogen?
Well, it may not be 57, but I'm pretty sure it probably will have come from 57 off the coast of New York. Actually, it's supposed to be closed down. I doubt it's closed down. I mean, that place is so infestation, has such an infestation of many different diseases that they created or they stored there. See, they created most all of those there.
Who?
Everything from the scientists.
Scientists or they're weaklings? How are they doing this?
How are they doing it?
Yeah.
Well, one way is through the insect population. As you design mosquitoes to go infect people with whatever, or carry cameras and all that kind of shit, which they can now. The mosquito could be flying around here, but I can't doubt it. I don't feel like I'm quite that important. Not yet. Darn.
Yeah, that's why knowledge is power, Bubba. You know that.
I know it's kind of like, like I think I heard something about the Lyme disease. The one chick thing that it's not Lyme disease, well, it's Lyme.
Zika? What I was talking about earlier?
No, that yellow spotted fever thing that ticks give.
I don't know that.
Okay. Well, it was a Rocky Mountain spotted fever, I believe is what it is. I think that's what it is. But one time I was in there, which really was scary. Went with a friend of mine. We were at Thunderbird Lake, and we went for kind of a hike through the woods. It was really hot that day, and we went for a kind of a hike through the woods out there. We got a breath and it was hot, so we sat down over in some leaves. Leaves just like you normally, just because it looked like it was pretty cool, it was comfortable. And oh my goodness, when I sat down, I started to lay back, but I couldn't quite make myself lay back. You might want to know why. If you don't want to know why.
Yeah, why?
Oh, okay.
Why were you laid back?
You're supposed to jump in back. Well, because I was watching, and the leaves were not staying. It wasn't windy. I guarantee it was not windy. It was dead calm hot that day. That whole section right there was not staying just still. The leaves were like moving. It's like a bed of leaves that were they were moving. It's like this is not. And I looked. Now there was a tick on my leg. I thought, well, I can get it off there. Oh, if there's one tick, there's going to be more, and they were baby ticks. No, of course, there was larger with them. That adult supervision, tick-wise.
Oh yeah.
It's a ticky subject.
Oh.
Yeah. But what I did, my friend said, basically next to him, and he kind of laid back. He's like, I told him, I said, I think you probably ought to sit up. And he said, oh, he had like 5 or 6, 10 ticks that were crawling up his leg, whatever. Oh, it was like, oh, this is fucked up. So I went like this, turn them over, and it's like, oh fuck. There were like, I would go venture to guess there were hundreds of thousands, you know, small area.
Little fuckers and ticks.
Ticks that were they had been woke up. So they was like, but they woke up when we sat down on them, and it was the most scariest thing probably I'd seen. Was a bed of ticks that were there. It's like I would never go back in the woods at Thunderbird Lake like that, and again, it was like a nightmare.
That's what happened.
Gone road. It was bad. I'd gotten me at that Rocky Mountain spun fever thing quite a few years back, and that was an irritating thing because I had it like right here on my chest. There was a spot that it itched for, oh my goodness, for a year after I'd already pulled the thing out. And it just kept itching. It made me ill for I don't know, a month or so. But then that illness finally faded. And, but the spot stayed for a year. And it itched for virtually the whole time. And so yeah, it's real.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't get one bit of that.
You didn't?
No, not at all.
Oh.
So I'm gonna ask you. We're gonna restart that question. All right, we're gonna back up. Why do you think Elon Musk is gonna get into like office? Why do you think that he's gonna go for politics? Whenever the man, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and try to entertain the facts of politics. You know, it's bullshit. All this fucking bullshit. You know that. We've already had this conversation where it's literally like
He will dictate.
It's a distraction. It's a fucking distraction. It's just keeping you from like getting where like the full potential of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody's free anymore. That's the problem. You know, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows they're not free, but they just don't know what freedom looks like. You know, so they're just fuck it. You know, everybody has a goddamn like sorry Lord. They have a fuck it attitude. You feel me? Like, and that's the problem. And then even if you wanted to start, where would you start? You know?
Start
Learning like how to break free, you know, like everything. How to break free, do your own thing without dependency. Because that's what society is built on, a system built on dependency. You know that. You need people, you need jobs, you need whatever. You know what I'm saying? You need. You can do that, man. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Can't do it here. Yeah, everything's either fucking federal property, state property, or private property. You know, there's nowhere you can go that's just like free.
You know, the money's not free. The money is free. The whole problem is,
work for it.
Is
that's time. Time is not free.
Well,
then you spend your time on something. Look, think about it. Look, I spent my whole life saving up for $100,000. Spent 20 years getting this money up. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm 60 and my health is declining.
The money gone.
That's why it's a waste of time. It was a waste of your time. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I understand exactly what you're saying.
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. But absolutely.
If somebody don't come steal it, then they're going to steal it. If demonstrations, here for that little bitty thing that I get.
So you're saying that if it doesn't happen one way, it's going to happen another way. I kind of believe in the sort of sense of that. Like, you ever think about like the universe's homeostasis? Meaning that it just wants to balance itself out. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't want to be too much of this, it can't be too much of that. Somebody don't have to pay for what somebody else did, or they pay for themselves, you know? You feel me? Natural consequences of every action.
Oh, there's
cause and effect.
Yeah, cause and effect. Mm-hmm. But what if there's no cause?
There is a cause. It's called the start of the universe. Us in motion, constant. That is a cause.
Well, yeah, but the motion is much faster than we think. I mean, nowadays, what is Friday? It's there almost every day.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think of it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it started Tuesday, and Friday just
I'm talking like if we hadn't had this conversation, right, or just tomorrow, if I randomly asked, what's today? You know what I'm saying? You probably got that. You're not keeping track.
Well, yeah,
You know why?
you know it's Tuesday, but actually it's Wednesday now.
Is it Wednesday?
Yeah.
See? I don't even know.
But the thing is, maybe Wednesday, but really it's still Tuesday until I decide it's Wednesday because I don't.
The days don't matter, the nights don't matter.
No, it doesn't.
Literally, it falls into one. You get sleep when you need it, you eat when you need it, you know what I'm saying? And you do what you gotta do when you have to. You know what I'm saying? That counts for fucking everything. That counts for everything. Look, if you need to do something, you have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Then you gotta do it. Then you just do it. Neglecting that is neglecting literally
Which we do, but we're doing.
the freedom, the free will. Neglecting your basic needs is discarding free will. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Not exactly. Because,
Okay, so I'm gonna explain it to you like this. Then, you know what I'm saying?
No, that's what your thought your need is. You thought your need was that.
That's why I believe truly in my heart that there's a man out there that knows what I need. You know what I'm saying? Puts in this universe and says he made it. You know what I'm saying? We're in a bubble that is literally reflected from us. Like we can get in that in a whole other conversation, but literally this universe is for us, made for us, and we reflect it, and it is us. You know
And
what I'm
we're living on now the old adage is, okay, videotape. What was it? You can go forward, you can go backwards, and it changed from VHS and all that to CD to DVD. But now what do we have? We don't have it. It's gone.
It's kind of simple.
And now it's just in a piece of what is the chips made out of?
Semiconductor silicone. Silicone
in other words,
is a bitch to make though.
Right,
To process that, it's a bitch to do.
We're back to the beginning of it. We're living under a bunch of women's tits. Silicone.
We are
We're
something on a
floating
big
around.
tit called America.
We're floating around.
Politics.
Yeah, the problem is, American may not.
Why do you think that? Why do you think that they think that? Why do you think that everybody else thinks our school system is like stupid? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you do it like that? It's declining us. It's literally a condition. Like, you can only learn so much. Like, you gotta pay to win in this life. You know what I'm saying? And that's who's winning. The motherfuckers that got money. And that's what you're talking about. Hollywood. If you got fucking money, then you got access. You got freedom. Money enables your freedom in this fucking world. No matter where you go, it's just an illusion. They think they got it better over there, but then, you know, we think we got it better than them, and it's vice versa everywhere.
So, why, when you go to school, why do they teach you yesterday? Why can't they teach you what you need to know for tomorrow? They teach you yesterday.
Because it's not personalized learning. They have this thing that they made in summertime. Right now, teachers are working, making a little plan. They got their little, they got requirements. Look, the thing is the teachers have a requirement to teach, and they do bare minimum. Not all of them, but the most do bare minimum. They go like, you need to pass this test, so this is what you need to know. If you don't learn it, it's on you. That's why we're declining, because it's not personalized learning anymore. It needs to be more at your own speed. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like grades, you could have fucking like levels. You can have like, you pass this, go here. Pass this, go here. At your own pace, you know what I'm saying? All right, now you're this far. Let's see if you remember that far back. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of do that, but at a really slow rate. By the time I finish college, well, I should be 22. You know, that's 22 years of my life learning. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it could be. I mean, it's good if you need it, but it could be a lot shorter. I could be having a college degree at like what, 16, something like that, and then look how much time I have left. You know what I'm saying? Look how much time I have.
It's like
because your brain still has to do a lot of learning. Your brain develops fully at what, 25 or 24. You're 22 by the time you leave college. So what, you got 3 years to learn, not books, but the streets, you call it, life.
The problem is, the brain really doesn't quit learning. It really don't.
At one point, you're right, actually.
It doesn't.
Repetition of thought causes memory. You know what I'm saying? As long as you keep on thinking about it, you keep on doing it. That's why people find careers. You know what I'm saying? Like, find a career so it becomes easier and you become better and you have something you're chasing. Find a career. That's why they got a man that finds something that they love will never have to work a day in his life. Do you understand that? All right. So we got down to like, how do you escape the fucking this bullshit? And honestly, that's what
Find a
everyone.
niche.
The niche is a one in a million. The niche in.
Niche in the market.
And I'm telling you right now, that's a bitch to do. It's not just like a niche.
It's not really a bitch to do. It's just,
What do you think?
if you see it and you fall into it, basically a lot of times, it's there. You keep missing that niche, but then like, oh,
Opportunity.
there we go.
Bypass opportunity. told me all the time.
I've bypassed a few of them.
Yep. Hey man, I got a lot of learning from back then because fear used to dictate me from going to success. You know what I'm saying? Then I learned that I can't be afraid. If you're afraid to fucking lose, you'll never fucking win. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta watch out for
Man.
certain things. You have to fear certain things, or else you're gonna do them over and over and over and over and over. So you gotta find the fear to keep you from doing that stupid thing again.
Is admirable, and the loser to the winner is also admirable. I feel sorry for the ones that was just watching. You feel me?
What's the one?
If you're playing the game, if you're in it, then you're fucking winning, no matter if you come out on top or not. You know what I'm saying? Because at least you're not watching. At least you're not in the back burner. At least you're not the one that just couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Just can't do
Well,
it.
it's not really can't do. It's can't do because maybe your brain is not in that moment. Your brain is not liking that because they like something
Hey
different.
man, follow your way, do what you gotta do. But I'm saying
I want
when it comes down,
dog.
then I get corn dog. You know what I'm saying? And,
But what if they mix it up?
but if I get the hot dog instead of
Yeah,
corn,
there's a glass partition there. What do you do?
I eat hot dog.
Not necessarily. There's a way to get
What am I gonna throw it away?
There's a way to get it passed.
So it was either I can eat what I got or not have nothing. Rather have nothing.
No. There's a way to pass it.
Past the brick wall to get my corn
No,
dog.
I didn't say break.
Or the glass wall. I can see my hot dog, but I can't get it because
I didn't say there was an opening.
now we're talking about it, thinking outside the box, huh? Thinking outside the damn glass.
Outside the glass. No, not really. It's in the glass. The opening's in the glass.
You know what?
It's liquid glass, dude. I didn't say it was hard glass.
The analogy can get as far as you want it to be, but
Right.
the point is, there's a will, there's a way.
Right. So what you do is you take your knife you have in your pocket, and you take the little screws out of the glass. Well, it's holding the
That's why
glass
you gotta
in
have
there.
a knife, though. That's what I'm saying. People do not equip themselves with skills and knowledge anymore like they used to. I think, at least. So I feel like my generation has declined in communication, for one. That's a big one. Communication has declined. Fuck. Nobody wants to talk to nobody. Everybody keeps their head down. And I feel it too. The energy's strong. You know, you go anywhere, go to the store, go outside, you feel it. You just feel the fucking pressure of, like, you know, because it's just how we've been conditioned in this world of, like, people judge you. And people's gonna, and that matters because you're gonna need it. You know what I'm saying? It matters because you gotta look good. You gotta go. Mama dresses you up for church because you know why? Becky back there, she's gonna talk shit if you look like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but man, I like to dress. But
Exactly.
you see that glass,
Exactly.
even if it was a liquid, that glass is breakable.
My
But
point-
you said it was
I get your point. I get your point. But the thing is, you gotta break free from the outside. People, man, they're so they're so worried about the outside world that they're introverted. And that's what that means. You know what I'm saying? Like they enclose themselves thinking in their head. You become the unit. Look, the universe will stop at your feet at your will if you can just shut your brain. Meditation, not contemplation.
Yeah, so
You get that? I'm gonna say it again. Meditation, not contemplation. I have struggles with that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody does. Everybody wants to contemplate this. Man, it's moderately. You're supposed to meditate. Just calm your brain and let it go. Because man, just like love, you know what they say about love? Love is a fucking fart. You know, if you gotta force it, it's probably shit. You feel me?
There's most of what we call love is really just infatuation most nowadays. Infatuation with certain genre, certain look, certain thoughts, certain creed, certain crowd.
It's nowadays, but you've had true love, right? You ever had true love? I haven't. Thought I have. Had flings, had things I was excited about, but no. We're not gonna get too deep into it. Look, my point is, it's just like life. It's natural. You should just let it happen. You know what I'm saying? And it's that's a hard thing to do because why? People contemplate. They think too much. Damn it! You fucking think too hard. Think long. Think wrong. Yeah.
Here's the problem with that now is you can't just let that happen because well, it does.
There's some things you gotta stay attentive
You
to.
have to create something.
But whenever you're in the wind, you're flying. You know, you gotta come down, but you're flying. You're out there.
Yeah, and when you come down there and get to the part of, well,
That's why you don't care too much.
Oh shit.
So you fly
That's
for a
what it
long
looks
time.
like.
Everybody got to come down and call death. You know what I'm saying? As soon as
Well,
we
not
hit the
that,
ground.
not that far. That one was
Whenever you hit the ground, when you're way up there and you fall down, you
I know.
splat.
Yeah, it's really, you sweat hard, but you're not dead. You really don't die.
I want to splat hard. I want to go out with a fucking bang.
You're not going out though.
Man.
You're slamming. Then you look at what you got and you go,
Why would you want to eat it? Why would
that?
you be on the ground?
Right?
Yeah.
You have to,
You can see
you
it all
have
the
to
time.
be, you have to be grounded. Because when you come in and you see that person and you go, no, okay.
Reality's a bitch. Reality is what you make it. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
We share a collective reality. You know what I'm saying?
I understand that.
Worldly. But you don't have to be there.
Let's just think about this. All right. Now, you thought that she was like the bomb. Oh my goodness. I mean, beautiful. Just like out of this world.
Right there.
And then, oh my goodness gracious. And she looks at you and goes,
The same.
thank you.
Oh.
Okay. Now, that's because she was pissed off. All right. She was pissed off. You didn't know why. Because you hadn't done anything wrong. But you actually, without knowing, you looked at her in a certain way and said, oh, here, it's Valentine's Day. And you hand chocolate roses.
Yeah.
And they look at you and say, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Sometimes
you're going, what? Just chocolate. You like chocolate?
And that's
There's
an
roses.
energy thing. That's energy.
So what did I do? You
did
did
it
the
the
wrong. It was Valentine's Day. Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's the right day. Doesn't mean it's her day.
Yeah, no, it's roses. She wanted roses. I got it in chocolate.
You gotta read and write.
That's
You
good.
can't just read.
That's
You can't
right.
just write.
That's right.
You gotta read and write.
I was doing it out of the box though.
You did a survival.
I did it out of the box. I did. So
don't do it on Valentine's Day. Do it on Labor Day.
Spend $100. That's not the point. The point is, and I spent it. I had spent what I could spend, and we didn't have $100 to spend on roses at that time.
Not roses, no.
I'm doing saying.
Yeah.
Chocolate roses, okay? Chocolate with roses. No, she wanted the $75 or $100 dill roses and a box of chocolates, another $50 or whatever. Okay? That's what she wanted.
The analogy's fucked because women specifically are
Yeah,
never pleased.
exactly.
It's not. It's just they're misunderstood. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with 5 sisters. If there's one fucking thing, it's I know females. Is I grew up with them. I didn't like, and that's because I took out they're my sisters. You know what I'm saying? So what?
Small girls. I'm just saying that sisters.
I got a grown sister. She's a fucking bitch.
I
You know?
understand that.
But she always comes back to always be my sister.
Oh, I
You
know
what I'm
that.
saying?
Oh, my sister, but she never came back.
No.
No.
Just the other day I was with her and she's like, remember after all that shit
I'm
happened?
talking about mine, but
Oh,
yes.
shit.
I don't know if she's still alive. I have no idea.
So let's take the mind out of things because that's where people be fucked. They're guiding themselves with this, and this don't do you much. You know when they
Sometimes they're
say,
guiding
you know when
other
they say, when they say that your brain is using like 10%, because you're using your damn brain. That's why. Most of your thinking that you start with before you even know anything is just feeling. You just know energy. You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
feeling thing.
Soul, your heart, brother. You know what I'm saying? You need to start thinking with it. You need to get your heart, instead of just putting feeling in your heart and getting feeling in your heart, you need to educate your heart. So,
That's good.
educate your soul. You don't. Nobody does because they're all up here. How can you do that up here whenever it needs to be down here?
What?
In your heart, brother, your soul.
What is?
You're thinking your IQ instead of like a actual cognitive IQ. You need to have the spiritual IQ.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Dude, fucking when I was a kid, growing up, going through school and all that, I would probably tell you this crazy. I believe in math and science. I did. Fully. You know what I'm saying? Top of my class, that's all it is. Numbers don't lie, they're always consistent. You know why numbers don't lie? Because it's fucking worldly. This universe is built in a fucking circle. That's why infinity is this way. That's why infinity is, look, people get that mixed up too, like, yeah, if infinite time, the universe will move on forever. It'll never die, right? But that means it's never even started. That Big Bang shit, not real. You know what I'm saying? This world that we live in is an illusion. And that sounds crazy, sounds like a pipe dream, but it is literally the reciprocation of what we do. You know what I'm saying? That's energy. And that's why that rose has got discarded, because you didn't match. The frequency wasn't on the same speed.
Which part?
Your analogy about the human race.
That wasn't an analogy, that was real.
I'm sorry that happened.
I thought it done good.
And it didn't work out.
Oh, don't know. From then on, it was a done deal. It was over. Yeah.
That sucks.
But what knows?
I mean, I think that human connection is good whenever your mind needs it. You know what I'm saying? You're too much in your brain, and that's the thing about it. Like, until you figure out how to fully disconnect from the world and fully know yourself, because yourself is all you need. I promise you. Yourself is where God is. It's where your love is. It's where all your people are. Everybody that you know is in your heart. You don't need them in here no more. You know what I'm saying? But it's good. We have experiences, and it adds value. You know what I'm saying? If you let it, it can take away value too. You know what I'm saying?
You push away things.
This is the editing system. This is the fucking hardware. You feel me?
I understand that, but sometimes you have to watch what's there, because it can be fools.
You're more alive in your soul than you know.
I promise you that.
Absolutely.
But it can be fools.
That's why you don't think with your mind. Your mind is the one. You remember whenever you know instances whenever you're like, when you're like, I should have done that. You know what I'm saying? Like I should have. Your soul knows.
Yeah, but it can be fools.
It's connected in a different way. I'm telling you right now. God promises us what? Eternal life. John 3:16. I'm not going to get too far on that, but listen. Infinite life means that it's always will be, meaning always has been. And that looking at it as linear, you're like, well, what does that fucking mean? It means that it's not linear. It's happening all at once. The future's happening right now, the past is happening right now, and we're happening right now. Everything is going on.
We're way behind where it's at.
There is no behind it in front. It's literally
It's
literally just now.
It's like I said, it's videotape.
It's just now.
Right.
That's it.
That's what I'm saying. You can take what said videotape is a lot quicker now. Is the CD now? Forget CD, DVD. That was faster. Now it's just a chip.
So you know why people have bad trips on mushrooms and acid? Let's talk about this real quick. Let's get on that. The psychedelic life. Have you ever done it? Ever lived it? I know people dabble, people's tried it, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They seen things.
I've been there.
I've never seen no bunny. I ain't never seen no Looney Tunes. I ain't never seen nothing fucking pop out of nowhere from nothing.
Oh, no.
You know what I'm saying?
That's on television.
That's all fake. It's literally
I know
a
that.
headspace,
But it's fun.
and you get to see reality in its true form, which is inconsistent. And it's not as consistent as you think it is it now?
Well, especially
Whenever the floor starts moving and the fucking walls start waving and shit starts
that's
happening,
chemicals.
that's your brain shutting down.
It's chemicals.
So guess what? That's where the headspace is. See, the trick about it, the funny thing, it's not headspace. It's soul space.
I know, it's chemicals.
Let me tell you this. You ever been on a bender? Let's talk about that.
It's been, we jump all over.
Allegedly, you go on a bender, right? And you're far in it, and your mind just starts fucking with you, right? And you know it, but you're a cognitive person, you're aware. You're like, And then you start putting things together, and it's really just your mind shutting down to a point where your soul is hearing things. You know what I'm saying? Now you're vulnerable. That's where you're at.
You're open.
And that's what you're talking about. You gotta know. You know what I'm saying? That's a security feeling. You do that. Absolutely. You get yourself in mind. Oh yeah.
You already had your there. You bind yourself to what is real or not real.
That's why you get out of it. That's the secret.
What?
Get out of the head. Because this reality is communicative. Yeah, we have a collective. And we have one consistent thing, and that's we share the same world. But the world is tied to us. It is what we make it.
The same world?
The hell can break loose right now if everybody just felt fucking that pure, that anger, evil, that's hell.
It's in process.
It's what we make it. Oh, heaven is what we make it. Hell is what we make it. Absolutely.
It's in process.
It's a low and high frequency. Are you up here?
It's in process.
You're down here. You're just in the middle.
It's waiting for what?
And that's why we go like this. That's why life's a roller coaster.
Because we're waiting
Because
for
we are
what?
at highs, and then that high comes down and you're in the low. You know what I'm saying? You can never soar all the way.
Play.
Homeostasis. The balance of everything.
Right. The chemicals. The
That's
change
mine.
reality.
That's mine.
I know that.
That's
But mindly and chemicals.
Alright, so let me tell you the chemical reaction that happens when you take psychedelics. Let's say, for example, acid and trimesville have one common thing that makes you trip, and that's psilocybin. Psilocybin, what it does to your brain, stimulates it so much, everything is firing at what your brain can't process. I'm going to give you another example. Studied, and my sources are fucking 11th grade anatomy. Whenever you have a heart attack, your brain, your nervous system is so stimulated that your brain becomes confused where the pain is coming from. You know, ladies, they say that ladies feel it in their leg, men feel it in their arm, they think their arm hurts or something like really, really bad, and it's just your heart feeling. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're tripping so fucking hard that you think that life is not it. You know what I'm saying? But reality of it is, you're just becoming alive. You feel me? I'm not saying go out and go do fucking shit ton of shrooms and shit ton of acid because you will lose cognitive ability. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And that's your perspective. You gotta know how to slowly in and out. Because life is just like a wave, and you gotta join that wave, but you gotta figure out how to fucking synchronize it with other things. You know what I'm saying? Reading, and then you ride it.
Okay.
Feel me?
What you do when
Called walking a straight narrow.
Yeah, I understand that. There's the narrow what?
Narrow path of fucking where heaven is.
Okay. You know where that's at.
Oh, nobody does.
So you know so much.
There's one guy. There's one fella.
The thing is, when you have a person out here on the street that used to very, very smart, very, very brilliant, but yet chemicals took precedence, and now they're talking to nobodies and trying to portray themselves as something else, but they don't know they're doing it.
The state of mind of it,
Completely nonsensical, and they do not know who
that's
they
not state
are.
of mind, that's a reaction to everything. So,
This, like
I'm
a
asking,
person just died recently in that state.
so,
That I know.
were they happy or were they miserable?
Well, I had a conversation with this guy probably a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And he portrayed himself at that point. His whole demeanor changed when he started talking. He put his robe on, and he took a shower, put the robe on, but now this robe was a different robe. It was a shower robe, yes, but he turned it into a creative robe of I'm God, and I will do what I plan on doing.
That's the truth of it.
Huh?
We're all God. God is not a person, he's not an external thing. It's not God, it's not him. As much as I love my man, you know what I'm saying? It's also me, and you, and him, and her, and them.
See, I could
Get into that.
I could get into it very, very deep too, but we don't want to do that.
I'm fine with it.
No, I'm not all night. I'm not well now. I don't have all night.
You don't have all night?
No, I do have all night, but I can go down and play it.
Okay.
Because we won't get into arguments not necessary.
No, I'm very open-minded.
So,
I like learning.
you're not that open-minded.
If you're right or wrong, how I feel, I'm going to go how I go.
That's all it is. You say I'm open-minded. Well, you're open-minded to a certain extent,
Okay.
but you already decided what is and what isn't.
It can't be persuaded though. I've learned and I've been wrong, and I've learned from my wrongs. I've tried to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, let's put this in a biblical form.
Okay.
Who actually created this thing?
This universe? It's an energy that created it.
Who created it?
What we
Who
call God.
created it?
What we call the creator. God himself.
Okay, but wait. Who was that?
It was an energy. That's what I know of.
Okay, the one. Oh yeah, it was energy.
God,
Without
the
doubt.
Father, the Spirit.
Well, it's the Holy Spirit type situation. Okay, now who did it say did that? Who was in the beginning?
In the beginning there was dark.
Huh?
That's what it said Genesis 1.
What?
In the beginning there was dark.
Well, no, that was the second creation, the recreation.
Let's get biblical then. Let's see what this is all we know of the past. It's all this book.
The recreation. Because okay, God does not create something null and void, dark.
When you look at this thing, what do you see in it? What do you see when you see this thing? I pull this out, what do you see?
But what version is that one?
This is the NKG, so the new King James.
Yeah, which is there are definitely things that are
Well, what does this represent for you? Like whenever you have this, what's the cognitive feeling that you have when you see this? Meaning, what does it bring you?
Oh man, we're getting off into some.
So look, I'm just going to say very simply, right here when I look at this, I see a gateway and a guide. You know what I'm saying?
Gateway and a guide to what?
To freedom.
Freedom.
Of life.
What kind of freedom?
Freedom of misery almost. Peace. So I actually got to
Freedom of misery?
Of freedom from misery. To peace.
Okay.
Meaning like you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Absolutely. That's the free
It doesn't
will.
do any good to you.
It's the free will he's given us. And that's the vision.
Free will. Free will, which angels did not have.
Angels do have free will. Lucifer himself.
No, here's still. No, that's why they detected the third of them went with the other situation, because there was not free will was not there. It was do or not, do or not.
They were told to, yeah, absolutely.
So that's it.
We were told to. Same thing.
Grace did not come in
Same thing.
for the angel.
Grandma says don't put your hand in the cookie jar and you gotta wait. And what do? You might want it anyway, so what? You get in the hand, get a cookie jar, what do you get? A spanking. Or get in the corner or talking to. It doesn't matter.
Maybe.
The point is there's consequences to what you do because you disobeyed. Right? And what happened to them, and it's not like I was like, you're gone. You know what I'm saying? It was the natural consequences. He didn't. The man didn't fall. It says in the Bible that he fucking fell like lightning. I don't think it happened like that. I think it was more his mind felt it. Like you. That's why I asked you, was that guy miserable or was he, in peace?
Oh, he wasn't peaceful. He was dominant, and he was making sure that I knew or whoever was in the room. I was the only one. That's fine. It doesn't matter. But he was making sure that I knew that he was going to take the whole world out. Him himself. But of course he died recently. And I just want, and I could go.
Sounds like a psychosis of like.
Well, that was his though. That was his. It was.
Yeah.
But he was a very, very brilliant. I mean.
He may have knowledge for himself and peace with himself, but when it comes to others, he's not connected. He didn't follow the same wavelength that he couldn't match it. He was just writing, not reading.
Oh no, he was very, very brilliant.
I'm not saying he was brilliant, but I'm saying that dominance comes from, like you said, what? Like can't listen? That's a big thing.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Yeah, exactly. It's a big thing.
He doesn't have the capability of hearing a word. See, like you can take part of that, and then your thought,
right?
Because you want it to. It's got to be.
No,
it's got to be that.
Absolutely, I believe you, but I'm going to add on to that and say it's more like a synchronization, like how the turn into the highway is not just a straight 90-degree into it, it's a fucking, you gotta ease it, right? And so that is his version, which was obviously failing. But most of the time, the normal thing that happens all the time, synergy, energy, vibes, whatever you want to call it, you try to get the same kind of feeling and vibe that he's on or she, and you're just like trying to and sometimes it don't go, you know what I'm saying? One person goes that way, this goes that way. It's an energy, it's a frequency. We can get into string theory all day, but listen, everything wants to be smooth, runs together. You know why? Because unity is us as much as uniqueness as we are. And that's what I was talking about earlier. As much as people want to go from the norm, people want to swim against the tide, you're
No, just
them too. You know what I'm saying? They look at you like, where's she going? And they go with you. Some might, some won't, some will. You know what I'm saying? The point is, there's a fucking, it's a vibe that you gotta feel, and you gotta read it right. And as much range as you have is how likable and how like adaptive you are to your environments. That's the range. Like I can be here and I can be way down here. You know what I'm saying?
So why would the language be different?
Because communication is not what people think it is. So communication is 90% non-verbal, 10%
That's not
verbal.
what I was talking about.
Go ahead, what do you mean?
Why do people have different languages?
People have different languages because so the cognitive trade-off. The way back then, before we can speak to each other, we were just primitive, just routing. What was
No, that's what you say.
way back when? Yes, absolutely.
No, but who searched in the Bible? Who actually named all the animals? Gave them the names. Okay. Now, how do you know what they were?
We did it.
They
We learned what they were.
No.
That's like me learning how do I know
No, it was all created at the same time.
how do I know how to settle this up? How do I know how to do that?
Well, yeah, but that's different because we're only using part of our brain.
We're only using some of God's gifts. We get so much more that we don't even know. And as God, we can get into that all day, but we're just Him
Why do you only give yourself so much?
because you're blind. You don't see as much as you think you see because you're distracted by daily. It says in the Bible, you are distracted by daily anxieties. He calls it. You know what I'm saying? We are distracted by our own thought and our own process of thinking that we're not looking at certain things. Like for example, the biggest thing about that, how He knew, is because God gave us another gift, and it's called creativity. Nothing in this world.
Creation was I'll have to disagree with one thing.
I'm talking about cognitive
I understand that. Yeah, I understand what you're saying there. I'm talking about the real thing is why would there be a Big Bang? Why didn't it was
because there was no start.
Yeah, there was.
There was no start.
There was.
To this universe,
Yeah, there was.
the universe moves on and on.
That's good. Yeah, I understand that. But there was a beginning with this one.
Right?
Okay. But in the beginning was the Word. The Word was God, the Word
And He said, boom, and it was good.
Right. Now, there's a time
Oh,
okay, when who
you're getting here, you distract yourself there. You
No,
said
I didn't. No.
Time
No,
is there.
listen.
Go ahead.
Listen.
Go ahead.
I was
Absolutely, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I wasn't trapped in anything. I was going somewhere.
No, I know you were, but go ahead.
Okay. Now, the angels were before we were. Okay? That's what it says. Now, what happened there to mess that up? Well, what was said? Okay? And I'm going to become you. I'm going to become you. I'm going to be bigger and better than you because I'm going to become you just like you. Okay. Well, why? Well, there had to be something to. Why would you want to be like that? That's pure raw power. You can't do that. No. Well, okay, so then, okay, well, it's okay. All right. Well, let's look at this. I'm not going to deal with this, so I've got to remove that. And in doing that, I removed my hat. And that was my hat. You want to be me. All right, here you go. Do it. Do what you can do with you. You do it. I'll let you go. It's here. There's your work. Go for it. And look at it. It's fucked up.
I'll tell you exactly where we fucked up.
No, we didn't.
We did.
But we didn't. Wait. Let me rephrase what I just said. We did. The guys did. The guy did. He's the one that fucked up. She couldn't.
She ate the apple. But
No. It was not a fucking apple.
it's not.
No, the tree of that right there was the sexual thing that happened. Because Adam followed his winky. Okay, she was deceived by the serpent. Okay, she was deceived.
I heard that serpent was very girthy.
Adam was not deceived. Adam knew where he was going, but he did it anyway. That was what happened. He followed how it actually said, what it says, properly said, the apple, the fruit was not, okay, what is the fruit? The fruit is the loin, the fruit of that tree. Adam fell right in line with Eve. He followed his winky. She was just following this thing that was just, she was deceived. Adam wasn't. That's where the whole thing fell completely. That's where the garden went. The garden's still there. The garden's still there. We just can't find it. It's still closed. Adam closed the fucking door.
I agree with you and I disagree with you. Alright,
Yeah, that's fine.
alright, so look. The first thing was time. Time is seen as linear, but it's not. Time is a snare, it's its own dimension that we're stuck in. We're stuck in, see, we're in a 3D world. Beyond that is beyond time. Angels were made beyond time. So in a way, it was almost raw power because you have time is infinite. And having to be outside of that and seeing it into one is having control almost of infinity. That needs more meditation and meditation to know. But what we're, as human beings on this world that we call, dirt, grass, elements, whatever, that we study, and reality as we know it, where we fucked up on that was the cognitive trade-off. So that was back then, before we can speak, before we can communicate verbally. Well, let me say, with almost like a code. We can code talk to each other. You know what I'm saying? In a way. But it went from like, means this, you know what I'm saying? But it's literally the learning of, so communication, let's talk about communication. Communication is...
Here, it wasn't with the speech, it was, they communicated. The animals even spoke.
It was studying, it was looking, observing, and then learning yourself. And that's where we fucked up, is we collectively started learning. Like, I started learning off this guy because he was told by that guy, and that guy was told by this guy. It's the phone game, you know what I'm saying? By the time he gets to the end, it's like, that's not what I said. You know what I'm saying? By the time
you don't even have to get to the end, they can be at the beginning. Because when I hear sometimes
my point is you need to know where you stand. And that's why I do have my own thinking. That's why I do things. And it can be altered with my own acceptance, meaning that if I think you're throwing shit in my ears, then I'm just going out the other end. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to keep it with me. But if it has value and it adds on to my own, then yes. And if whatever way I'm going is wrong, it's because I got there. And that's everybody. Accountability is another part of it. That it's life is full of so much that it just can be simple down to one thing. You need to know who you are, where you're going. And then you just need to do it. That's it. No thinking, meditation only, and just go for it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the key to, like, being free from everything. But that's not capable or allowed anymore because guess what? The only thing that we can be taught through is what school. We're not allowed to go out and fucking learn our own thing anymore. There's certain few, there's some, there's an exception to everything, but generally we cannot go out and learn the elements for ourselves or learn from, because we're so dependent on other people. That's why we are so dependent on other people that it, like, dampens our knowledge of our own knowledge, not this right here. And that is completely different.
We put our thoughts and our brain into
on Adam and Eve,
that right there.
This right here,
not
what
that.
This is?
Not that.
This is a guidance not through just straight words. This is a guidance through stories. You know what I'm saying? So like what's the story?
Now
What is
written to the Jews. But that's it.
But there's a secret line behind it.
Oh, I know.
There's a secret line behind it.
Oh yeah.
And it's not what is said, but it is what is told. And that sounds crazy and stupid. Like, what the fuck does that mean? It is what is meant.
Why did you speak in parables?
We can't understand God, you know why? Because it's not in language. You
I
know,
know,
it's energy.
but why
It's a frequency.
why did you speak to the same kind same had same can't even say it right? The Sanhedrin and all those different sects. Why did you do that in code? Why did you do that in what did you say?
Because we have to understand what each other is talking about. And we don't even have to. We just want to. Like, what do you? You're going somewhere good. Well, how'd you do that? You know what I'm saying? That's what we did. That's where the following started. But we can look. We are able to be unique and not follow, and yet go to the same place. But it just looks like, and that's where people get altered. That's why they're like, no, you know, just that. Sometimes there's an exception. You know, people's like, fine, if you're going the right way, I'll go with you. You know, I'm with you, brother. You look like you're going the right way. That's fine. But you got to know who you came in this world with.
You. But there's a question there.
You got to be selfish in ways of, you got to look out for you. You know what I'm saying?
I was saying, no, that was a question I gave you just a minute.
Well, I know, but I didn't interrupt your conversation. I listened.
But why did you speak to him in parables?
It's communication. Communication.
Yes, they did not understand what he was saying. So why do you speak
because
to
we did that.
So
he literally, like I said, did his own. It's not a he, it's an it. You know what I'm saying? They understood it through their own meditation, and that's why they can't understand it, because they don't even understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like how much we don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? How much you don't understand it, because it takes not contemplation, meditation, shutting your brain off and feeling and just observing. What do you think? Look, I'm not a Buddhist at all, but I do believe that kind of lifestyle is just pure shutting this world down and hearing not yourself. Don't hear yourself, but like.
And you actually have no pleasure.
No, you do have pleasure. You have peace. Peace is pleasure.
Peace is pleasure. Peace is very, very important.
Pleasure, actually, I'm gonna redact my statement, actually, because peace is also a distraction. Worldly emotions are a distraction. That's why women are out of whack. They're misunderstood because their first instinct was what? Why do you think Eve did? She did eat the apple. You know what I'm saying? That's a story. It's a story. The point is, one started thinking and wanting. That's the point. You can't desire. I'm just gonna leave it at that. You can't decide. You just gotta accept. That's it.
Desire.
It's not good for you. It's not good for you.
It's not.
Let's take car problems for example. Let's get into this car
Why
problem.
did we have desire then?
We wanted more. There was the things could be better. Look, that grass is greener over there.
Right.
Why is this grass green? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, why is that? You know, that's desire. And then it's like, you could have waited, or you could have kept on going down your grass and like, oh, look, that's better over here. There's strawberries this way. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, you threw yourself off whenever you were on this path, but now you're going down here and it's just somewhere else. And that could be in literal terms, that could be in any way you put it. And that's why this is universal. That's why what I say is meant for universal. You know what I'm saying?
What is universal?
Adaptive. Can fit in anywhere. You know what
But
I'm saying?
it doesn't complete the whole thing.
It never will. Never will. You're trying to find a finite answer for an infinite question. You're just going to keep on going in a loop until what? Death? Curiosity? You know?
I mean,
why be in that state of mind?
So in other words, you climb outside of yourself, and you become nothing. And so you have nothing.
All right, let's talk about nothing.
You have nothing to go for.
Let's go to this Big Bang here. When there was nothing.
No, there's not Big Bang.
So listen up. I want to entertain you. Entertain you. I don't mean that in a diminishing or lowering way. I want to go down that thought of what was before anything.
There was
Pure nothing, right? So,
how did
that create everything? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, this is the answer of, you think it's like in the state of mind of peace and nothingness, you think it's nothing, right? But in nothing there's everything. You know why? If anything can fit. That's why there's nothing. Because it's a blank canvas that can be written, but never finished. You feel me? And that's your life. And that's how it happens. So you can either sit here and keep on drawing until it's perfect, erase it, no, I don't want that, I'm gonna put this on there, until you have a scribbled up, unfinished business that you're not proud of because you didn't get to finish where you were going. Or you can just go with it, just throw it on there, and whenever you're done, you're like, okay, so that's what I did. Not bad. You know what I'm saying? You don't have expectation, so you will not fail. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that you shouldn't like drive for a better you, and that doesn't come with me looking at something else, looking at them. It's
A
like
better you, though.
a better you is
What's that
like
good for?
it's like that could have been different. I'm not gonna change it. I'm proud of what I did, no matter if I fail or not, because you did what you did, and you gotta stand by it.
Why?
Because that's who you are.
So give me your walk.
No,
Why?
because this is useful.
No.
It's not
What's it useful for? There's nothing in it.
It's my identification with reality.
Why?
That's what the rules are.
Or was
So look, all right, we go down the chain. I go in my wallet. There's a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? You'll be specific on my thing.
No, that was not specific.
My
That was
point
just
is,
a thought process.
there's two ways it can go. You know what I'm saying? Up or down. It can go good, or it can go bad.
Well, yeah.
Whatever
nothing
the
there.
decisions you make,
There's nothing
every
there.
step you take,
What's that?
every step you
I
take
don't walk. I just
can either
walk
be good or
anymore.
bad. You know don't know if that floor's gonna fall over you. You know what I'm saying?
We would run all over that guy there shooting the bears. It's not really there. Because that's just a picture.
Life is what you make it. Absolutely.
Life is what you
We
make
leave it
it.
at that.
Actually, life is
What you make.
like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Exactly. Okay. You can close the podcast now, and I'm gonna do a drink. I'm not sorry.
You all watered up? You wanna take a break?
Yeah, I'm taking a break.
Interval? Leave it on deposit? Or what?
You can close this section out.
You put a weight machine on here?
Huh?
You put like a weight machine on here?
Wait and see.
Like a little music video, like
Oh.
little like fucking elevator music until you come back.
You could fuck elevator, David music, that would be really kind of lame.
Alright. Well, it's been good.
Or you could just let it have its own imagination.
Wise words from an unwise man.
Why is that wise? Is that because it's like wiseness?
Because it's what you make it.